All right. So, for whatever reason, maybe he's flattening out. Maybe I'm having a hard time bridging, or he's really trying to kind of pressure into me or whatever. And so he's going to get established. He's going to be like, okay, I've got that knee there, right? And one of the reasons why he's going to do that, right, is that if he's blocking down here and his connections over here, his legs are here, every part of his body is basically occupied, right? He can't really attack from that position. He needs to start freeing up an arm. Even that that arm clear, right, where I'm in side control, I glue down here and I drive down to get that Americana. That attack is going to require him to bring his arm over to this side, right? So if he's blocking the hip on this side and he's got this here, right, he doesn't really have much, right? If I can't really get that shoulder where it needs to be able to do that drive over, he's got, the person on the bottom has to start giving me something. So one way that I'm going to be able to start attack, maybe I'm going to transition to whatever, but I'm going to take this under, I'm going to grab the shoulder on this side, I'm going to start blocking that side. So the person's on this side, guys. He's got head control here. He's settled in. He's pretty happy with the side control that he's got. And he's moved his arm over to this side because he wants to start freeing up. He wants to start attacking. So I kind of already talked about this a little bit. But from here, I need to be able to turn him this way. Remember, he's turning my head this way. So I'm not going to be able to start to bridge into him, right? So I'm going to take my hands. I'm going to create a little frame here, right? I can't tell you which one's going to be the safer hand right now. I believe you want to have the far side hand behind this one, but I could be wrong. If one of the higher belts who are in this group want to comment on that, please do. But I'm going to start creating a frame here. I'm just going to be putting it on the side of his neck, and I'm just going to push him down a little bit. But notice that when I do that, I'm keeping my body, my arms, very close to my body. In fact, I wouldn't want to have this one on the top because it's going to be easier to separate. If it's behind, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to separate and get that Americana, I think. So I'm bringing his head a little bit down, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my toes in and I'm going to bridge up hard, right? I'm going to extend this leg and I'm going to connect it to the side of his body. That's incredibly important, guys. If I'm just trying to bridge up and get this knee in, it's never going to happen. And what I'm trying to do, when somebody's bridging up into somebody and they're in this position, they're going to start coming up here. Now, I've created potentially a gap here. But the thing is that there is no gap at the moment. Why? Because my body's there, right? So, by bridging into him, I'm lifting this side of his body, and now I extend my leg up and keep it right close to his body. Now, when I back out, I keep this connection, right? Because I want to keep his body apart. I bring back, so I'm shrimping back, bring my knee in, right? Hopefully it's going to work. I'm going to give you a couple angles here so hopefully you can see it. But I create that frame, put my toes in, and I bridge into him. I extend my leg, and I drop back, keeping that connection the whole time. But what I want you to see, right, is I'm here, and you see my hips go out. That's incredibly important, guys. People kind of bridge in and then drop down, and they're not going to get their knees in. You have to shrimp back to create that space to come in, right? So, this might be an okay view of that, right? So I get here, extend up, back, so it's coming back in and coming in. Now, once I start to square back up, right? So this is becoming a little bit of a shield so that he's no longer next to me, right? Because I got this knee in, and then I start to come this way, and I get underneath him. Now, once I get into this position, he can start treating this like an over-under pass and come right back to side control. I can lose everything that I have, so I need to block his path, and I can't do it with my arms. So I'm going to take this leg, and I'm going to try to get it hooked on the leg here, right? So my opponent is right here. The knee just went across my belly here, and he's going to try me if I'm on the bottom. I'm going to try to put my foot here. Now if I try to come around, I'm hooked. this leg's going to drag behind. It's going to stop me from being able to come back around and reestablish that side control. So, I bridge in, push back, bring elbows connect to my knee here, guys. So I bring my shin in, and I square up. I frame off of him, and then I step over to his foot here, right? Now here, I'm in a pretty good position, guys. My leg's trapped though, right? And so one of the things that we kind of talk about, and it's fairly easy to do in a gi, there's something called the cross lapel choke. We just reach up into cross lapels and then you do a low row, and your arms become anchored because of the gi, and it compresses on the arteries and the person goes out. The way that you defend that is you start to build your posture up. So because I got that knee shield in, my opponent, even with this foot here, which, by the way, I'm going to go back to a detail here in a second, but the thing that they're going to do here a lot of times is they're going to start to bring their posture down. They don't want you to bring that leg out because they know you can attack, right? One thing that I tend to do personally is I'll start to underhook that leg, I'll keep it pinned. And then if he hasn't got that leg hooked, I can start to pass really, really easy, and that's going to be kind of like your over-under pass there. So once I get to that kind of seatbelt position or whatever, I've got that leg hooked, they're going to do what they can to stop me from getting to the guard so that they can prevent me from actually being able to attack. So what I need to do is I need to do something to get them to posture up, right? So coming back to this detail, guys, and I'm going to come back to the to getting them to posture up, right? So I get this shin in. Now from here, right, I need to create a path because if he's sitting back on that leg, I'm not going to be able to thread in. So a lot of times I'll actually grab his triceps and pull him on top of me a little bit. And that's going to allow me to get that foot in. So that's a very important detail. Sorry I missed it. So once I get into this position, he's being really aggressive about kind of like trying to hold me down here, but like he's not going to be able to pass around. I've got some freedom here to start doing stuff. So I might start to back out a little bit, start trying to create a guillotine situation, right? I might, come up and I might try to get kind of a Kimura situation going on here, right? Because all I have to do is turn. This could be still stuck under there, and maybe I'll be able to finish it. He doesn't know that, right? All I'm trying to do is make him go, oh shit, I need to build my posture up. Once he builds his posture up, I can bring this leg out and lock back up on the guard, okay? So, let's go through that again. All right. So, I got stuck in the side control position. He's established his underhook here. He's brought his arm over to this side. So from here, I'm going to get my feet close to my butt. Now, when I bridge up and into him, I can bring my feet further in, right? And that's going to give me a more powerful bridge. I extend this leg up. I keep that connection. I slide back, and I get that knee shield. From here, I've still got that frame, so I can start to square up. And then I'm going to move, and I'm going to grab his triceps. From here, I might sit up a little bit, drop back, feed that foot in. So it's underneath, right by his shin and now he can't spin around. Make sense? If it doesn't, say so in the comments, and I will see if I can get Jed to come down here so I can actually show this properly. So from here, we've got some semblance of guard here, right? So from here, I might underhook this head. I might start to, go for that cutting armbar that we talked about, right? Anything, really. Anything to get him going, I need to defend by building my posture up. And that's what's going to allow me to bring my leg out and establish the closed guard. So, that is your second side control escape. So remember, pay attention to which side that arm is on, because that is what's going to give you that which escape that you need to start working on, okay? Because if his arm's on the other side and you try to do that telephone rolling on your shoulder escape that we just did, you're not going to be able to do it, right? Because his hand's blocking your path. If his hand's on this side and I'm trying to bridge into him, well, his arm's blocking my path. I can't get my knee in. I can't build that knee shield in order to reestablish guard. So, there's your second escape from side control.